Prince Harry just made a shocking confession that has everyone talking. Meghan Markle apparently hates something about him, and what she's demanding he change has left royal experts stunned. Is this the sign of a deeper marriage crisis, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Stay with me because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. Today, we're talking about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, and trust me, this is not your typical royal gossip. We're looking at reports suggesting Meghan has made some very specific demands about Harry's appearance, and according to insiders, she hates how he looks. But is this really about looks, or is something much bigger going on in Montecito? Let's get into it. So, what exactly are we talking about here? According to recent reports from palace insiders and royal commentators, Meghan Markle has allegedly been pushing Prince Harry to make significant changes to his appearance. And we're not just talking about a new haircut or a different style of clothing. Sources close to the couple claim that Meghan has expressed dissatisfaction with various aspects of Harry's look, particularly as they continue to build their brand in Hollywood and the American media landscape. Remember, these two left the royal family in 2020 with promises of financial independence and building their own empire. But that empire requires a certain image. Let's be real for a second. Harry went from being the party prince with his military background and cheeky personality to being what some call Meghan's accessory in California. His transformation has been dramatic. Gone is the confident prince we saw joking with veterans and playing polo. Now we see a more subdued, carefully managed version of Harry. But here's where it gets interesting. Multiple sources have suggested that Meghan wants Harry to undergo cosmetic procedures. We're talking about everything from hair transplants to address his receding hairline to potential work on his teeth and even suggestions about weight management and fitness routines that border on obsessive. One insider allegedly told a British tabloid, Meghan is very conscious of how they're perceived in Hollywood. She comes from an industry where appearance is everything, and she's applied those same standards to Harry. She's made comments about his hair, his posture, even the way he dresses when they're not at official events. Now, before we go further, we need to ask ourselves, is this really happening, or is this just another tabloid story designed to paint Meghan as the villain? Let's look at the context here. Meghan Markle spent years in Hollywood before marrying Harry. She understands the entertainment industry, the branding, the image management. In Hollywood, your appearance isn't just personal, it's professional, it's currency. Since moving to California, Harry and Meghan have signed multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify. They've launched Archwell, their foundation and production company. They're competing with A-list celebrities for attention, for deals, for relevance. And in that world, image is everything. Think about it. Every time Harry appears on camera, whether it's for their Netflix documentary, interviews, or public appearances, he's being compared to polished Hollywood stars. His brother William, despite all their differences, has the entire royal family PR machine behind him. Harry has Meghan's Hollywood contacts. There's also the age factor. Harry is now in his late 30s, and like his father King Charles and his brother William, he's experiencing male pattern baldness. In the royal family, this was never really an issue, but in Hollywood, it's a different story. We've seen countless male celebrities get hair transplants, from Elon Musk to Matthew McConaughey. It's become almost normalized in that industry. So is Meghan simply suggesting what's standard practice in her former world? Or is there something deeper? A control issue, perhaps? Royal expert Angela Levin recently commented, Harry looks increasingly uncomfortable in his own skin. He's constantly looking to Meghan for approval, checking her reactions. This isn't the confident prince we once knew. Something has fundamentally changed in his demeanor. And here's the kicker. Harry himself has made comments about his appearance in recent interviews. In his memoir, Spare, he talked extensively about his anxieties, his insecurities, and yes, his concerns about losing his hair like his brother. So maybe Meghan is simply addressing concerns Harry already has. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Is this really evidence of a marriage crisis? Over the past year, we've seen increasing reports about tension in the Sussex household. There have been rumors of arguments, of professional disagreements, of Harry feeling homesick and wanting to reconnect with his family, while Meghan remains firmly against it. Body language experts have analyzed their recent public appearances and noted some interesting patterns. Dr. Lillian Glass, a communication expert, observed, "There's less physical affection in recent appearances. Harry often looks anxious, and there's a noticeable tension in how they interact. The easy chemistry we saw in their engagement interviews seems to have faded." But here's what we need to consider. All marriages go through challenges, especially when you add the pressure they're under. They've dealt with leaving the royal family and the backlash that followed, relocating to a new country, building businesses from scratch, raising 2 young children, constant media scrutiny, family estrangement, financial pressure to maintain their lifestyle. That's enough to strain any relationship, royal or not. The appearance issue, if true, might just be a symptom of larger stresses. When couples are under pressure, small things can become flashpoints. Maybe Meghan's comments about Harry's appearance aren't about vanity. Maybe they're about feeling like they need to present a perfect image to the world to justify their choices. Or maybe, just maybe, this is all being blown out of proportion. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliam suggests, "We need to be careful about believing every insider source. Many of these stories are exaggerated or completely fabricated to sell papers and get clicks. The truth is probably much more mundane." But there's another theory circulating. Could these stories be deliberately leaked by someone in their circle? In the media game, even negative attention can be valuable. It keeps them in the headlines, keeps people talking about them. And for a couple trying to maintain relevance in a crowded entertainment landscape, that might not be entirely unwelcome. Let's talk about how much Harry has actually changed since meeting Meghan. And I'm not just talking about his appearance. The Harry we knew before Meghan was the party prince who got caught in Vegas, the military man who served in Afghanistan, the joker who stuck his tongue out at crowds, the prince who was fiercely protective of his family despite his rebellious streak. The Harry we see now does meditation and therapy, talks openly about his feelings and trauma, has distanced himself from lifelong friends, rarely smiles with the same genuine joy, appears more controlled and managed. Now, some of these changes are positive. Therapy is good. Emotional intelligence is good. Growing up and becoming more serious is natural. But has he lost something essential in the process? His old friends from the military and his polo days have notably been absent from his California life. He's surrounded now by Meghan's friends, Meghan's advisors, Meghan's world. Is that healthy, or is it isolating? And physically, yes, Harry has changed. He's dressed differently. Gone are the casual military looks, replaced by more polished, Hollywood-appropriate styling. His body language has changed. Even his accent, some linguists say, has started to shift slightly with American inflections. If Meghan is indeed pushing for more changes to his appearance, where does it end? At what point does Harry stop being Harry and become simply Meghan's husband? There's a famous quote from Harry's mother, Princess Diana, "I'd like to be a queen in people's hearts." Harry seems to have inherited that desire to be loved for who he is, but in Hollywood, authenticity often takes a back seat to marketability. That's the fundamental conflict Harry might be facing. Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture here. This story, whether completely true, partially true, or completely fabricated, tells us something important about how we view Harry and Meghan. For their supporters, any suggestion that Meghan is controlling or critical of Harry is seen as sexist, racist, or both. They point out that partners always have opinions about each other's appearance. Meghan has been unfairly demonized by the British press. Harry looks happy and healthy in California. This is just more tabloid nonsense designed to destroy them. For their critics, this story confirms what they've believed all along. Meghan is controlling and manipulative. Harry has been isolated from his support system. The marriage is troubled. Harry will eventually regret his choices. The truth, as always, probably lies somewhere in the middle. What we do know for certain: 1, Harry and Meghan's life in California hasn't been the fairy tale they might have hoped for. 2, their business ventures have had mixed success. 3, they remain estranged from most of the royal family. 4, public opinion about them is deeply divided. 5, they're under enormous pressure to succeed. Whether Meghan actually hates how Harry looks or not, the couple is clearly at a crossroads. They need to make their ventures work. They need to maintain relevance. They need to figure out their identity as a couple and as individuals. And here's something interesting. Harry has reportedly been in contact with some of his old friends from the UK recently. There are whispers that he's been feeling homesick, that he misses aspects of his old life. If true, that could create tension with Meghan, who has been very clear about not wanting to return to the UK or royal life. Could appearance demands be a manifestation of deeper issues? Could Meghan be trying to remake Harry more completely into her vision because she senses him pulling away? Or am I reading way too much into what might just be a wife suggesting her husband get a haircut? So, what's the verdict? Is there really a marriage crisis brewing in Montecito, with Meghan's alleged demands about Harry's appearance being just the tip of the iceberg? Here's what I think. Every marriage has its challenges, and Harry and Meghan are facing theirs under an international spotlight. Whether this specific story about Meghan hating how Harry looks is true or not, it reflects deeper questions about their relationship dynamics. Has Harry changed? Absolutely. Is that entirely due to Meghan? Probably not. Is their marriage perfect? Almost certainly not. No marriage is. Are they heading for divorce? The evidence doesn't really support that, despite what some headlines want you to believe. What we're likely seeing is a couple trying to navigate enormous pressure, professional uncertainty, and personal growth, all while the world watches and judges their every move. My advice? Take these stories with a grain of salt. Focus on what we can actually verify rather than anonymous sources and speculation. And maybe, just maybe, give them the same grace we'd want for our own relationships when times get tough. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Meghan is being too demanding? Is Harry losing himself? Or is this all just media manipulation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you made it this far, you're amazing. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell because we've got more royal tea coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.